Time is scarce. Okay, this is my Commonplace book, Commonplace binder. So in the Commonplace binder, which is basically a Commonplace book, which you would know if you watched the other 79 videos before this. Also, I found out that for some reason my videos are being mirrored. It used to be just the images as I was recording or taking the picture, and now it's just everything. And I haven't changed any settings, so I don't know what's going on, because ever since the newest update, the phone has just been flipping everything. So hopefully I will be able to fix this by the time I actually post everything. But if it is posted and it still looks weird, that means I just never figured it out. So I hope it's good, but if you're watching this in sometime between August and December, it's just a little broken and I'm going to fix it, but this set of 4 videos might just be kind of like that. So, time is scarce. Did you really need to hear that in the first minute? The most important part of the video? Maybe not. So remember, this is about why I don't have an Instagram. I don't have an Instagram because time is scarce, and I have to figure out how to fix all my videos. And if I'm focusing all my time on Instagram, I'm not going to be able to record the videos where it's actually visible. This looks like 08 in my recording. Oh! So yeah, I'm not focused on the Instagram for the same reason I'm not focused on, a Blue Sky or a Twitter or whatever else, because I'm just trying to get this to work. Please! The Commonplace Binder 101 playlist is me trying to figure out how the titles and thumbnails and just the process of putting out 15-minute long videos every week, twice a week, is actually possible. So I'm just trying to make it happen, and every so often random glitchy stuff like this happens. And I've been trying to fix this all week, and I can't fix it. So it's driving me a little crazy, but this is the recording you're getting, because I'm not redoing this one. It's way too annoying. No, we skipped show up for yourself. Yeah, I'm going to show up for myself by not doing the thing over and over again that isn't working. So maybe that's a good reason to not be on Instagram. Maybe people aren't really showing up for themselves. They're showing up for the algorithm, and it's more of a business thing rather than hanging out. Although, at the beginning of this video, I was going to say that this video goes out to my friend who's just like, why don't you have an Instagram? Where is that? When are you going to make that? She's just like, well, actually, I'm going to make a video about why I'm not making an Instagram. Which feels a little aggressive, but if you are the friend who has been requesting that I get an Instagram, I guess, yeah, this one's for you. So congrats. Frivolous. Maybe it would be frivolous if I had a whole bunch of different apps to be on. But maybe not, because it'd be a way to talk to a bunch of friends. But if this is more of, I think for my work, then I'm not really talking to my friends while using it. It's more of a business account. Okay, capturing attention. Am I going to capture more attention on Instagram? Probably. But if I don't know how to use the thing properly, and it's not really where the people I want to reach are, then that might not be capturing the right attention. It might capture all the attention, but it might not be the attention I'm looking for. Old money style. Maybe I'm just looking for the places where the old money hang out. Or where the old money hangs out. Where is that? LinkedIn? Is that on Quora? Where do I go for that? I don't know. But I assume the way to get the old money is to find the place that has money in the first place, and then from there figure out where the old money actually is. Preserving history. So I'm more focused on finding the old money than the new money, because if we're going for the old money families, they might be a little bit more focused about a commonplace in the first place, because this is a commonplace binder, but commonplace books have been used for centuries, if not millennia. And so I think the people who have been around with money for centuries, if not millennia, are going to be a little bit more focused on preserving history than the people who are making it. Unique opportunities. Right now we have the unique opportunity of listening to construction noises. So I'm not really sure what's going on out there, because there's nothing to build, because they just built all the houses, and there's nothing else in that direction. So I don't know. I guess we've got construction noises today too. No, but unique opportunities. Am I going to get unique opportunities from Instagram? I don't think so, because I don't have a Facebook or all the other things related. So why would I have a unique opportunity from Instagram? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I feel like the Tumblr is actually more useful in that regard, because not everyone has a Tumblr. So if I have one and I'm posting, that might actually be more beneficial. Professional viability. So the Tumblr is probably not the place to go for professional viability. Like, what's up, guys? I'm on the place that makes no money. Like, I'm in the place that makes no money. That's not really, I don't know if that's going to work out. But I think it might be viable, not because it's guaranteed to make a whole bunch of money, but it is guaranteed to, like, prove I'm a person, because why would a bot or a person controlling a bunch of bots on a whole bunch of different platforms be like, the way to make money, that's to use a Tumblr? It's like, no, that's the exact opposite of how that works. Long-term gains. So this is definitely one of those long-term gains kind of things. I'm not really focused on getting the most visibility from literally anyone at any time immediately. I'm more so focused on the long term. And right now, the long term is, am I a bot? No, I am not a bot. Yeah. Deliberate strategy. So this is on purpose. This is not an attack against you or like Instagram or whatever. I just don't feel like using another platform unless it helps me out specifically. So I've seen a lot of people saying like, why artists are going to be on Instagram or not on Instagram. And it's like, okay, like that's not really for me, but it's kind of related. So I'm just not on there because I don't feel like it, because I haven't used Instagram before. And so since I haven't used it, it's going to be a little bit harder to get into. I don't know how it works, so I'd have to totally learn it from scratch. And I just don't feel like it, man. Okay? Social landscape. So it might be that the way that the people interact on the site is also a thing I don't understand. And I don't know. Do people talk to each other on there? Is it just visuals? Are there videos? Is it weird when someone posts a video because people aren't used to that? Like, I have no idea how the platform works, and so I don't really want to go into a place where I don't understand anything when there are other places that I actually do understand that I haven't even tried going into yet. Survivorship bias. Maybe somebody you know got a specific app or went on a specific website and everything's fine for them. But it didn't work out perfectly. It's just like it kind of worked, and yeah, they're the ones who took the risk, and it worked out for them, so it must work for everyone, right? Well, not necessarily. I'm not even necessarily sure I'm explaining survivorship bias properly. The point is, I'm not going to go here until I've tried out some other places first. Restrain the tendency. So some people will try literally every app as soon as it comes out. And while I'm not necessarily against that, it is so much effort to keep up with all of them. Like, I don't want to make another account. I have to add a password. Oh, ridiculous. And so that would mean I would either have to have the same password for everything, which is a bad idea, or I'd have to remember like 20 different passwords. I don't want to do that. That's that's really annoying. Worst scenario. Yeah, so the worst case scenario is I try Instagram and Reddit and Patreon and Substack and all these other things, and it takes my attention away from making the videos in the first place, and so I'm not making the videos, I'm not posting on any of the platforms, and I'm not connecting to anyone. And so if someone sends me something to connect, then I'm not going to be able to even reply to them, and then they're going to be like, oh, this person doesn't reply to anything, so why am I talking to them? And it's like, that is the worst way to go. Social media alternative. So maybe the Commonplace binder is going to be a social media alternative, and in the future, everyone's going to be like, yeah, I've got this thing. Why would I be on social media? I don't think that's going to happen. I do think people are going to keep using Instagram probably for a very long time. Same goes with, Facebook, and oh my gosh, I'm getting Discord notifications. That's very interesting. I think Discord will be around, but I don't necessarily think that Discord is going to be the best option for people who focus on books, because they're probably, not really talking to people. Test it out. Maybe I could try it. Maybe I could be like, hey, you guys, do you want to have a Discord? Maybe we could hang out in Discord call. Oh, man. I don't know. I might try it. A calculated risk. So I do need to ask about something before I try it, unless I see that it's working for all of the other people who are doing the same thing that I'm doing, because then it's like, yeah, it probably works. I saw a bunch of people using Tumblr accounts, so I was like, I could probably try that. Because I know how that works, and I haven't used it in like a decade, but I could probably use that. Happy to business. Yeah, I'm not really trying to scale up something from a Tumblr. It's more like I'm just posting extra stuff on Tumblr. So I haven't actually posted a whole bunch of my own stuff. It's mostly just reblogs. But if you want to see how that works, go check that out, I guess. My specific account on the Tumblr is just like on YouTube. It's just the postgrad year. So it might be that the URL is a little bit different because I didn't, pay the $5 for the specific branded account. So maybe somebody else will brand their account with that, and then I'll be in a really awkward situation. And it's like, well, you should have just spent the $5, and maybe. But it's also a Tumblr, which is it feels a little weird when people are talking about brands on there, or at least it used to. Adding. So I'm going to be adding Instagram eventually, right? Yeah, probably. I mean, if I have like 20 different things, it's going to be on there. But I don't know if that's going to be any day soon. I don't know if this really helps explain why I don't have an Instagram. I think it does. It's basically just like time is scarce, and I don't feel like working on a thing that isn't my favorite thing to work on when there's no obligation to work on a specific thing. It's just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So, if you have some other questions, the next video is Commonplace Q&A, in which I will answer questions. But nobody has put forward questions other than, a few comments throughout the course of the last 80 videos. So I'm not really sure what that next video is going to look like. But if you are as intrigued as oh my god. If you are as intrigued as I am, as this isn't made yet, and I don't know what's in my notes, then check that out. Okay. Have a great day. Bye.